What's up, Mr. Ortzy?
I'm doing good. I'm
Yeah,
doing really good. Yeah, I'm really happy to be here.
yeah, thanks for
Yeah,
doing
and
this.
yeah, this is gonna be really interesting. I'm really excited.
Yeah, man, where are you located now? Amsterdam?
Yeah, I'm living in Amsterdam. Yeah, center, and actually, I'm looking for a new apartment. If someone there has a new apartment, just let me
You
know.
never know.
You never know. Yeah, I'm living here in the Netherlands for 3 years. First, I was living in The Hague
hmm
for like a year and a half. But my goal was always to live here in Amsterdam, but it was so difficult. You know how it
Yeah,
is.
it's
Amsterdam is so
crazy.
crazy. Yeah,
Luckily,
the
I
rent
don't have
is
that
hard.
problem, but I hear so many people complaining about how
Oh
tough
yeah, man.
the
Too.
market is.
I'm one of those. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
But
really
I kind of
highly priced.
yeah, it's really high, and especially for expats because well, for example, now I'm working for Reveal, which is completely different. But for regular expats who come from different countries and they don't have they hadn't studied something or they don't have a degree or they're not specialized in something,
hmm
it's quite a difficult. If you don't speak the language, you're gonna find a lot of doors closed. But I mean, I cannot complain because yeah, for example, my wife, she has find different jobs, but it's not that easy, but
Mm.
yeah, especially if you don't speak Dutch, it's quite of difficult.
Yeah, and originally you're from Colombia, right?
Yeah, that's right. I'm from Colombia, from a city called Cali.
Mm. We all
Uh,
know that city from the Netflix series.
I know it's not the best,
No, I think
it's not the
I
best option to learn about my city, but I
no,
get
no,
it.
no. But
Don't worry,
I
that's
think a
my
lot of
life.
people might refer to what's the series again?
Narcos,
Yeah, Narcos. Yeah, I think
Narcos, or
yeah,
yeah, the Pablo Escobar stories and stuff like that.
yeah.
Because in my city, it used to be a big cartel called the Cartel de Cali, which is from
Mm.
my city. I'm really proud of it. No, I'm not. But yeah, I don't mind about it. It's
Yeah,
part of the story of the country. So what can I do? I cannot go back and change the
yeah,
past.
exactly. Yeah, I can
Uh,
imagine. Seems like a beautiful country though. I've never been
yeah, it
there.
is. It is. It's actually really special. It's a very unique country, I think,
Mm.
in about everything, about the people, about the country itself. You have cities, jungles, you have beaches, you have wow, I don't know. If, for example, if you live in the Netherlands, for me it's just like one big city, from Colombia basically.
Yeah,
Everything looks so similar. But in Colombia, if you travel like 3-4 hours, then you're gonna feel like in another country.
yeah.
It's really big. Yeah, yeah. And also, I live in Buenos Aires for
Really?
yeah, almost 6 years. Yeah,
Oh
in
wow. So you're
Argentina.
a world traveler.
Yeah, man.
And was the reason for this like work or?
Well, I started as a DJ. I've been a DJ for 15 years. I'm 35 now.
hmm
Yeah, and I've been DJing for 15 years. I created a duo called Hio, and that's where everything started, like in the next level. Because that's where we play at Tomorrowland
Really?
several times, and yeah, big festivals, and we were traveling a lot worldwide.
Cool.
So that's everything happened when I was in Argentina. So I used to have a duo with an Argentinian DJ. But then I decided, well, there was like it's a big story, but
We have
um,
time.
yeah, yeah, we do. Now, the country itself became a big problem because the politics, they were really corrupted. So
Mm.
we had a lot of problems like with the money, and not only me. I mean, all my friends and people that I knew from Argentina. It was a big crisis there, and actually, Argentina is still the same. Unfortunately, it's still I get getting worse every year.
Mm.
Um, so that was the main reason because it became like really unsecure
hmm
for me and for my wife. I got robbed many times, and yeah,
Oh really? Shit.
yeah, many city stories like that.
Mm.
Um, so I said like, you know what? I think it's time for me to go on. Yeah, in a different level. I'm gonna try luck maybe in Los Angeles or LA
hmm
or Amsterdam. Those were my two options.
hmm
But I decided Amsterdam because I'm also half Spanish, so I have my European passport.
hmm
So for me, it was just like, "Hi, I'm coming here to live here."
Yeah, it's
Okay,
easy.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So at that
And you,
time you were already like touring the world as an artist because I didn't know that from you.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah, yeah.
wow. What kind of music?
Uh, well, man, I started. Well, again, I've been DJing for 15 years and making music 50 years. So I
But with
went
what
through
music did
all
you
the styles,
what
like
music did you
literally.
travel the world?
Well, it was basically a big room and EDM. Yeah, that was
Okay.
what really made us like get big. I used to release records with Reveal, with Spinning, Musical Freedom. I had big support from all those guys, the DJs.
Mm.
Uh, in Argentina, for example, because we were living there for 6 years. Uh, I think we were the only one, the DJ duo or even act, itself, because not even solo DJs achieved so many things. I mean, we were uh, after Nan Catania, which is the superstar Argentina DJ from Progressive House.
Hmm.
We were actually the only one who went to different countries playing and big festivals and having support from all those Dutch DJs and American
Yeah.
DJs. Nobody get that. So we were basically the first one. So the fans were like really involved into the project. So
Mm.
it was amazing. They were beautiful, yeah, 6 years
And
of
how did you manage to build that? Because that's not happening in overnight, you know. It's a I can imagine that took you quite some
uh,
years. Um, but what
yeah.
helped
Well,
you?
the duo itself, because I started as a solo artist, so yeah, I was building my Ortzy career for many years, so I learned a lot.
Hmm.
Um, and when I started, like, okay, when I got the idea to create the duo with the Argentinian guy, it was not like starting from scratch, like completely, because I
Yeah.
had some experience, and also him. He was a DJ. He's actually older than me,
Hmm.
so we were both DJs. We were both producers. We had a lot of experience in those DJ things. So, but of course, to start the new project, it was a new project. So there was nothing behind the brand. There was no music out there. There was no support from anyone. Nobody knew us as a DJ duo. So
Yeah.
it was a long work. It was
Starting from
yeah, it
scratch.
was a long trip. Yeah,
And what is
but
it that you did? Like, how did you? Because of course, different times, right? This is 10 years ago. How much?
uh, yeah, almost, yeah,
Yeah.
9.
So different times, almost no social media. I can imagine.
Yeah, yeah. There were no
Um,
Instagram.
yeah. So how did you manage to get people from all over the world listening to your music?
Um, I think, well, first of all, I'm not sure if I'm the first Latin DJ that you that you interview, but things in Latin America are really, really different than in the rest of the world, I would say. We
Hmm.
don't have the industry that you guys have here, for example, in the Netherlands. I mean, when you're a DJ, when you're a producer from South America, you basically have nothing. I mean, yeah, you have just some clubs, really nice clubs, some festivals, but that's it. I mean, you don't have like a big label like a Spinning or Mata or Reveal. You don't have big DJs supporting you as maybe if you're Dutch, you have Martin Garrix or Tiesto or those guys. We don't have that.
Hmm.
You know, we don't have publishers. We don't have
Right
singers.
back then or now as well?
Yeah, now as well.
But now
Still,
you have the internet, right? So now all those things
yeah,
are.
but I'm saying, like, for example, management companies, booking companies, you
Mm,
don't have that in South America. Yeah, you can find some in the last 10 years, maybe, but none of them will have big DJs. I mean,
mm,
maybe Brazil, maybe they have
yeah.
really good DJs nowadays. But for example, I mean, if you're a Colombian DJ, you have to do everything. I was actually talking about this with a friend today, that you have to do everything by your own,
Hmm.
by yourself. So you have no tools, basically. All the tools that you're gonna work with, you have to create them. You know.
Mm.
So it was really difficult.
So how did you
You
do
know.
that? What did you do
So I
to
think,
build your brand?
yeah, based on my experience as Ortzy, the first thing I did was I talked to my partner. I said, like, you know what, we're gonna build a brand, but it has to look good from the beginning. So
Hmm.
we have to take really good pictures, profile pictures, like press pictures and stuff like that, and look really international. We're not gonna be a Colombian DJ with an Argentinian DJ. No, we're gonna be international DJs. That's our goal. So we have to start thinking big. We cannot start like, yeah, we're gonna play in some small parties. And of course, everything happened like that. But
Yeah.
we want to show that we're not another two DJs.
So the
We're
out
special.
you made the outside look better than the inside.
Yeah, yeah, completely. Yeah,
Okay.
completely. I mean,
Hmm.
it was funny because at the beginning, I was showing my project to promoters and stuff like that, and people say like, "Hey, but I mean, who are you? I mean, you look like like really super professional. I mean, how long did you start with the duo?" And I said like, "No, 1 month ago." And it was, but it's also about that. I mean, it's about the branding. It's about how you show yourself to the world.
Hmm.
Of course, well, that's like the branding part, but everything was really focused on music as well. I mean, we did it with work a lot of music, like trying to find our own sound, try to in Latin America, the music that they listen there, the producers that are working there, they have a well, now it's getting more international, but 10 years ago, 15 years ago, was like a different world, music world. I mean,
Hmm.
the music that you listen from a Dutch DJ was completely different than the music that you listen from a Colombian DJ or Argentinian DJ. I don't know why, but the styles were completely different. So we
Well,
were
maybe.
always like, in another side.
Hmm. Well, maybe that's because right now everyone has social media, everyone lives on YouTube,
Yeah.
Spotify. So all the countries influence each other because it's easy to have access to those countries'
Yeah,
music,
that's a
right?
big reason.
Yeah.
But
Back then, like, how did you find out about a Dutch DJ? How?
nah, but there were. I mean, I'm not talking about 30 years.
No,
I'm
okay,
talking
but
about
like,
10 years ago.
if you,
You already have YouTube. When you
yeah,
already had music from Beatport, you can download music from
yeah,
the world. DJ sets and stuff like that. But at the
true,
beginning, it was really difficult for the DJs to, you know what, we're gonna play the music that the best Italian DJs are playing or the best UK DJs are playing. I mean, it was no, 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 no. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna do what Colombian crowd like, and
ah,
they played safe for many years, and they're still doing it, but less. Let's say the
yeah,
music is more international. So our goal was to start making music for the world. I mean, I said like, we're not gonna sign a song to a Colombian label. We're gonna sign a song with freaking Reveal. We freaking spinning. We're not gonna sign a song just to let the music play by Colombian DJs and that's it. I mean, no offense, but
yeah,
I was really thinking about getting big,
yeah.
and so that's the first thing. Sorry, the noise is my
No
dog over there.
worries.
It's just snoring like crazy.
Like, "Meh."
Yeah, I have a French bulldog, and anyway, so every song that we produced was thinking about the DJ sets, like what was Don Diablo well, not even Don Diablo in that time, what was Tiesto playing,
Yeah,
Harwell, Avicii, Swedish House Mafia. I really want to make a song that the Steve Angelo can play live, and I did it. I mean,
yeah,
Steve Angelo played several of my tracks, so that was the main goal, and I think that was the key of the success for us in to grow that fast in the first 2 years,
yeah.
because we started like posting, like, for example, hey, guys, we're so happy Tiesto is playing our song, and everyone in Argentina or Colombia were like, what the
What
fuck?
the?
Oh, Tiesto is playing a song from a Colombian DJ, what the hell? They were
Hmm.
so like, oh, we can imagine that. And so
So
so that,
how did you manage to get those guys playing your music? Did you email them or how did that happen?
man, as I said, we don't have management companies there, so
Yeah.
every contact that we got, it was just us on Google, basically. Yeah,
You
yes,
versus Google.
literally like that. And I'm really good at Google, man. I really know how to find people there and contacts and phones and emails and websites and stuff, and Instagram, Facebook, and I spam them everywhere. But that's the only way you have. I mean, if you're growing and you have no contacts and nobody knows you, what else can you do,
Yeah,
bro?
true.
It's just you. Just do the tools that you have, and your biggest tool is Google.
Yeah.
Everything is on Google. So if you want to find a promo DJ, a promo email, you will find it there. And
Yeah.
that's what I did. So we start like spreading our music a lot to all those DJs and managers and booking agencies and promoters, and it was just him and me, just like that.
Wow, it's great to hear, man.
Yeah, it was
Like
crazy.
a one man band. And
Yeah,
then and
literally. Oh, two man.
Yeah, two-man band actually.
Yeah.
And
No,
then
but it's like that. It's the way that the Latin American DJs are, man.
hmm,
That's the reality there. It's not. I'm not gonna say that easy as here because the competition that you have in the Netherlands is crazy.
yeah,
You
it's
know, you're competing against really big DJs, but at least the tools that you have here or in America or other countries are way better than in South America. So for us, it was a big success, but it was a lot of work, man.
yeah. Would you say that having the Amsterdam Dance event in your hometown or in your home country is a big advantage?
Wow, man. The first ADE, I moved actually 3 years ago, exactly in October
Hmm.
3 years ago, and so after like 2 days of living here in the Netherlands, I went to ADE,
Hmm.
and at the end of ADE, I said like, why don't we have that shit in South America, man? I mean, I was really complaining, like, why this is so good. Everything at ADE is amazing. I mean, I went to talks and seminaries and workshops and master classes and man, it was amazing. I mean, everything I learned there, it really changed my life. It really changed the way I see the music world. Because
Yeah.
again, I come from countries that, man, we don't even have one talk from one guy there.
Yeah.
And I went to talks with, I don't know, Tiesto and Martin Garrix and Oliver Heldens teaching how bro, for me it was like, oh my god, this is like really mine. This is crazy. This is crazy. And I start like calling all my friends in Argentina. You have no idea what I just saw. I just went to a talk. It's just like, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
amazing.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's just it becomes so normal when you live
Yeah.
here and when you have agencies like Anna Agency and like Revealed and Sawdust Management just at like an hour away from your home. But you tend to forget how special it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. And I was in a call with a friend a couple of days ago, and I said like, "Oh man, I'm sorry, but I'm talking about bookings with a booking agent." And he asked me like, "Hey, and who is it?" Oh, he's the booker of Afrojack. I said like, "What?
The
Really?
fuck?
Are you talking to the agent of Afrojack?" He said, yeah, that guy works 1 meter away
Yeah,
from.
like she's sitting literally next to me. Like,
Yeah, it's so crazy. It's really crazy.
yeah,
I remember like 10 years ago sending emails to info@anaagency.com. Hey, I'm a DJ.
yeah, exactly.
Someday I'm going to talk to them. Hey, can you search for my email on your email? Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, my dream was to meet that people, to be seated with them and have a talk and meet them in person, Oh, you're the manager of this guy or the booker of that guy.
Yeah.
And actually, that was I used to go to Miami a lot for the Winter Music
Hmm.
Conference because that was the only time in the year that I had to be that I could be with them. That
Yeah.
I could meet people, I could meet managers and DJs and bookers and I don't know all the labels and stuff like that. So that was for the Latin American people. I think that's the only chance that you can get to get in touch to them.
Hmm.
Because the Netherlands is really far. Of
Yeah.
course, I think it's better to come to ADE, but
Yeah.
for
It's
me, it was
different.
the only chance, the only time in the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's different, but most of the people are in both places, I guess.
Mm, true.
Uh, but
But
yeah, it was
somehow,
amazing.
in Amsterdam, the people from the
Can
music
you stay one
industry.
second? I'm gonna take my dog out because
Oh
it's going.
yeah, sure. Yeah, no worries.
Sorry about that, man, but
No
he
worries.
snores so loud.
No worries. But I think the biggest difference between Miami and Amsterdam is that in Miami, somehow most people, even the people from the music industry, are in a different mindset. It's
They
business,
go to party and
but
get
it's
drunk.
also
Yeah.
partying as well. And with Amsterdam, it's more like 100% focus on business. At least that's how I
Yeah.
experienced it in the last couple of 8 years.
No, but it's all about no, but for example, in my case, I really love party, man. I really love to party, and I really love to have some drinks with my friends and all that, and go to parties and see DJs that I really like. And but those times of the year for Winter Music Conference, at least the first 3 years that I went there, I really went to do that, to not to
Hmm.
party and all that. I went really to have meetings and try to meet the DJs, especially. I was like sending emails to Tiesto and all those guys, like, "Hey, I'm gonna be in Miami. Can we have a coffee? Can we have a drink?" or I don't know, can you put me on the guest list, or I'm
Yeah.
gonna, stuff like that. So you can start like some kind of relation with those guys. So in my experience, what I did was not to get drunk the whole day and the whole night. That was not my plan, because for me it was a lot of money to invest in
Yeah.
that trip. So my goal, it was not to be wasted every every night. It was to really make some contacts, and it really worked.
I can
It really
imagine.
changed
Yeah.
the way I started working 10 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine. So you know what? Let's just take a big step forward, because then, did you decide to quit with the DJ duo?
Uh, yeah, it was me,
Mm-hmm.
but everything is started because my partner, he also had a different job there. He was not only a DJ, so that
Oh,
was
okay.
the big difference between us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so he could be living without having any gigs. But in my case, I couldn't do that because my whole life I was working in music. Making music, or even for me or for other DJs as a producer. So when Argentina became with all those problems, also changed a lot of the shows for the DJs, the amount of shows.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a big impact for me economic wise. So I told him, of course, I took the decision, and then I told him, like, man, I really love you, but I cannot be living here anymore. I mean, yeah, I need to do something.
Yeah.
It's not working, and I understand that you don't feel that, and you don't accept my. Well, it's not that he didn't accept. He accepted because he understood my point,
Mm-hmm.
but he was like really disappointed. Like,
Yeah.
man, we're gonna just throw what we did in 6 years.
Yeah.
And I was aware of that, of course, but my personal life was really, I was really struggling,
Mm-hmm.
like trying to pay my bills and try to make a good living there. Not even like throwing dollars to the floor, to the roof. It was just, I just want to have fun, and I just want to enjoy my life here, but I was not doing it anymore.
Mm.
So for me, it was like, I really need to change something in my life. And it's not, I don't want to go back to Colombia. I really want to expand my contacts and try something different, and live new experiences and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was me who took the decision to stop. Uh, but yeah,
Sounds like a big decision, man, and a heavy
oh
decision.
man, yeah, you have
I
no
can
idea.
imagine.
I was months like thinking
Yeah.
about it. Yeah, maybe I should do it now. I don't need to do that. Maybe I can do it here.
It's like
And
ending a
I was,
relationship. It's the same exact thing.
man, when I always say that the duo, it was like, I have my wife now, and well, in that time she was my girlfriend. But I always say in that time, like, I have my girlfriend and I have my wife, and my wife was my my partner, man, and our kid is the duo.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah.
it was not like, every time we fight or we arguing because of something for any reason, after a couple days you really need to talk because you have a show, or you have a release, or you have to go to the studio again, or you have to do something.
Yeah.
So it was like having a kid. It was not like, you know what, fuck you, I'm gonna go in my way. No, man, it was
No.
not that easy.
It's like a relationship. It's
Yeah.
really heavy. It's really intense.
Yeah, and at the end, when I decide to move from Argentina, we actually keep working like for a month later,
Mm.
like till November or December or something like that.
On a distance over
Yeah,
Skype.
yeah,
And
yeah, but I mean, I was sure that it's not gonna work like that,
mm.
man. It's, if, for example, he used to play. I think he did like a couple of shows as Hio, but only him. And fans didn't like that.
Yeah.
And it was the same if I would play as a duo, and my partner was not there.
Yeah.
I don't even understand how some dudes do that, man. I don't really understand how they can do it. They can make it work. But yeah. So after a while, I said, like, you know what, Nico was his name.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, man, but this is not gonna work.
Yeah.
And
I
we
can
were
imagine.
deciding like what to do. Are you gonna keep the brand or me, or we're gonna split, or yeah, you're gonna keep the brand, but you're gonna give me some shares for me. But that was so complicated
Yeah.
because it's. I mean, I'm living in Europe. It's like 7 hours of difference, and you have to take a plane and go to the other side of the world. So I said, like, oh man, you know what? I think the best decision will be just keep with your Nico career, and I will keep mine as Ortzy, and
Mm.
I don't know, just let's stop the project right here. And then, it was a really good journey. I owned the duo. I mean, being now here in the Netherlands, working with Reveal, it's all because of the duo. It's
Yeah.
basically everything started
Yeah.
from.
Tell me more about that. Like, how did you end up working at Revealed?
Um, well, I'm still making music as a producer, so
Hmm.
I'm still working on that. But I'm more like in urban beats and stuff, completely different. But that was in, I think it was November 1 year ago.
Hmm.
Um, oh yeah, because it was after ADE. I went to, yeah, that's the funny things about ADE. I was in ADE, and I was walking in the middle of a hotel or something,
Hmm.
and there was Sebastian, who's the big boss of Reveal right now, and he was saying, "Hey, Ortzy, how you doing? Hey, Sebastian, how you doing? Blah blah blah." And he said like, "Hey, I'm gonna give a talk right now. You want to stay?" I said like, "Yeah." I mean, that was not even my plan. I was actually crossing away
Hmm.
the hotel to go to another conference or something. And I said like, "Yeah, what the hell? Let's stay here." And he started talking about, I don't know, ticket swapping and something like that. It's something that I didn't even have any idea what was that. But after after the his talk, we started talking. Hey, how you doing? And what are you doing here? And I said like, "Yeah, no, I'm living here." Oh, nice. Blah, blah. And we had a talk like for 5 minutes.
Hmm.
That's it. Oh, Sebastian, hey, nice. Okay, good to see you. Bye, bye, bye. Okay, bye. That's it. And then, like a week later, he sent me an email. Hey, Orsi, it was really nice to see you. Blah blah blah. You know what? I'm looking for someone to check the demos of the platform. I really like the music that you used to produce. So you have a good taste of music. So maybe you can help us selecting like the best demos that we receive. And I said like, yeah, why not? I mean, for me, it was so crazy. I was like, oh, shit. I mean, Sebastian, you sent me an email asking for that. That was amazing. I said like, yeah, why not? So I start as a demo reviewer, I think is the word.
Hmm.
And I was working for on that like for several months. I think until January or February or something. Yeah, like February. And then I started like yeah, living here in Amsterdam is really expensive.
Hmm.
So for me and my wife, I think in that time she was jobless. So I really need to make money here, man, because you need to pay your bills. So I sent him an email like, "Hey Seb, you know what? I'm looking for a job. I don't know if you have any, vacancy there about A&R. I can do A&R. I can work with DJs. I've been working in this music industry for 15 years, so I have a lot of experience. That's the only thing I know." you know, yeah, basically, if you
That's what
have
I
been
do.
a DJ, yeah, this is all I do. And he said like, "Yeah, I'm not sure, but let me think about, maybe I can get something for you." And I said like, okay. And I also remember I sent several emails to different companies and DJs and the people that I knew because I
Yeah.
was a DJ my whole
Putting in
life.
your network.
Yeah, exactly. I said like, shit, something has to, now I'm gonna use all my contacts. Something has to happen.
Yeah.
And then Seb sent me an email like a week later, like, "Orsi, you know what? Um, I might have something for you because we are growing a lot. The Reveal community, which is the sub label under the main Reveal label."
Hmm.
So he said like, the Reveal community is growing really fast, and we're releasing amazing music now, and we have a lot of new artists that need like more attention,
Hmm.
and we feel like overwhelmed right now. So we really need to to keep growing the team. So it will be really nice if you can maybe work on the community. And I said like, yeah, why not? I would love to. And
Yeah.
but he said like, but there's one thing, and we're not sure if you can handle it. And is that you have to come to the office every day. And and I was like, okay, because the demo thing I was doing it here in my studio. I didn't
Yeah.
have to go to any place.
Freelance.
Yeah, in all these years, I never worked in an office, never ever. And he said like, so you have to come to the office every day as a regular job from 10 in the morning until 6 in the afternoon. But there's something else that we have different companies here, Anna Agency, Sword Management, and Nextly, Reveal, well, and another like two companies. And you're gonna be the only one who's not Dutch. He said like, "I'm not really sure if you can handle it because it's not gonna be easy for you. I mean, we all talk we always speak in Dutch, like non-stop.
Yeah.
I mean, we all speak English as well. We all know English, but we don't use it because we're all Dutch
Yeah.
here. You know?
You don't have to.
Yeah, and I said like, oh Jesus, like okay, let's do something. Let's try
Yeah.
because I'm not sure if I can. Because you have to be really strong. You know, it's
Yeah.
not easy.
That's the only way to find out, right?
And,
It's not. It's
yeah,
impossible to
exactly.
assume how you're gonna like it or not.
Yeah, and actually, I remember he told me like his girlfriend was working in that office. I'm not sure for who. I think it was Sword Management or I don't know some of the other companies.
She's
And
American, right?
yeah, she's from
Yeah.
America, so she doesn't speak Dutch, and she couldn't handle it. I mean, he told me like, no, man, my girlfriend, she was getting crazy here after a while because it's not easy. It's not easy if you move to another country and you don't speak the language.
It's tough.
Wow, man, you really need to be tough.
Hmm.
Otherwise, you're gonna just you know, when I'm gonna quit. So I said, okay, let's try, man. I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna work. I don't know how I'm gonna feel. How I'm gonna feel in an office, you know, working like in work hours. I don't know how that feels. So I said, okay, let's do it. And I started working at the beginning. It was only like 2 days
Hmm.
during the week, and I start feeling good. I love my team. We have an amazing team at Reveal, and also the people from the An agency and Sword. They were all so cool to me, and I say like, you know, I'm really like this. And then and that was like 1 month, I think. The trial was like 1 month, and after the month, he said like, Ortzy, you know what? We really like you. I
As
mean,
a person.
you're doing you're doing a great job, and you're completely integrated into the team. You know, we
Yeah.
all feel super comfortable for you, with you. So if you want to continue, so like, yeah, let's do it.
Uh-huh.
Hell yeah! And
So,
that's how everything started. And I started working with them like like a full-time job since February, I think. Yeah,
okay. And what is it that you do? Because your title is community manager, right?
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And what does that mean?
Yeah, I'm like label manager of the community reveal, the
Hmm.
reveal community. Sorry.
Oh, so the community releases.
Yeah, so why I do a lot of stuff actually, and I'm also involved into the main label and Gemstone, which is our other label. Yeah, a couple stuff about Harwell as well.
Hmm.
But what I basically do is, first of all, I'm in charge of all the demos for the new artists.
Hmm.
So I'm the one who's checking all the demos that we receive off the platform, which are a lot every day.
That's a tough job, man. Holy shit.
Yeah. But it's super fun, you know. It's really cool to see, you know, people from India, from Peru, from Indonesia, making amazing records, like really good ones, you know.
Yeah.
And it's really cool because in all these months you see how those artists are growing and they are improving their skills. So it's I don't know, I really like them, man.
Hmm.
So that's one of the things that I'm doing. So I choose like the best tracks that I feel that will fit for the label,
Hmm.
for the community. But and that's also something really cool, that some of those tracks are so good that we actually like upgrade them to the main label, you know, or sometimes to Gemstone, man. We
Yeah.
have a lot of examples. So what I do is to choose the best tracks, and then I have a meeting, or sometimes I'm at the meeting, or sometimes I'm not. But with the A&R team,
Hmm.
which are Ivo and Martin. So
Hmm.
we sit and we check all the best demos of those, like over, I don't know, you know how many, man, 2,000, 3,000 that we receive a
Fuck.
month or something.
Holy
Yeah, it's
shit.
crazy.
So
So
how do you pick the right songs? Like what are things that you are on the lookout for?
um, I think it's a difficult question. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's all about,
Is it a
because, you know,
feeling? Is it something you
yeah, music
intuitively
music
feel?
is difficult to explain, you know, because what
Mm.
could be really good for you, maybe I can hate it, you know.
Mm.
So
Yeah, it's
I think,
subjective.
yeah, exactly, totally. I think first of all, they like the tracks that I like are the ones that the rest of the team like. That's like the most important because I'm sync with them, right?
Hmm.
Um, and apart from that, what I always check is how original is the track, and this is actually really special for the new producers, because we don't like when we listen to a song and yeah, it's just a cheap copy of another track,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
or another main release of us or another copy of a Tiesto song or Martin Garrix.
Mm.
We don't like that because we really want to find people. We want to find the new Hardwell. We want always to support those DJs, but just it's all about the music. It's all about how original they are. Is how special those tracks are. Of course, the quality of the song itself, like mixing and mastering this.
Sure.
But sometimes the track is not the mastering is not that good. So we take care about that. So we said like, you know what, your track is amazing, but the mastering is not that good. But the idea is dope. So don't worry, we're gonna hire an engineer and we're gonna make a really good master for you. Okay. And that's what we do. But how I choose the tracks, man, I don't know. I mean, they really need to connect with me. I really need to feel it. If it's for the, I don't know, for like a Spotify friendly, and I mean like it's something really danceable, like, but commercial, it could fit for Gemstone. The vocals have to be beautiful. If you can add some real instruments, that will be amazing. I mean, it has to be really original. If it's for reveal, then it has to be like really. Yeah, that makes you dance. It has to be something special. It's difficult to explain, man. I don't know.
Well, I can imagine.
Yeah, it's all about,
like you say,
it's all about
it's
the
intuitive.
taste.
You just have to feel.
Yeah, and it's funny because sometimes I'm in the A&R meeting and we are 3 people there, and sometimes I say like, "Hey guys, I really love this song," and then Ivo said like, "Oh man, I hate that one," and and then it's Martin who's gonna decide, If he loves it, okay, we're gonna sign it. If you know, I'm sorry. Next.
So is that how it works? You all 3 have to like agree on the track?
I think it's easier when the 3 of us are in the same table because there's not gonna be like one of us who's gonna agree with someone else. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But sometimes if the other person is not really feeling the track, then we decide, you know what, I'm sorry, but just let's find a new one, let's find a different one. So it's just like sometimes we say like, I don't like that, I don't like that, I don't like that. Okay, man, just we don't, none of us feel it, so yeah.
So with your knowledge of the music industry, all the experience that you have as an artist and as someone who's working in the music industry, how would you say is the best way to get signed to a label right now?
Man, it's so. I think some of the producers, and actually I will say like most of them, only focus on the music, and it's not like that anymore. I mean, it has never been like that. You really need to offer something to the fans, something to the market. It's not only about, I'm a great producer. Oh man, congratulations. There are another 2 million great producers. So what's this? Why should we sign you?
Could you give an example?
I have, for example, there are some producers that we at the community label that they're really good. But if you go to their socials and what I'm going to say, well, first of all, and that's something that I never expect. Honestly, I never expect that. I always thought that the labels, the big labels, they only sign records by DJs who have a lot of fans or a lot of followers. I always thought that.
Yeah.
Until I get it revealed. And I remember one of my first sessions with them. I heard a track and it was a good track. It was not amazing, but it was a good track. And I said like, hey, who's that guy? And then I went to Instagram and he had like 100,000 followers. They're like, oh shit. He has 100,000 is a good number.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And I told the guys like, hey guys, I mean, we should sign this song. The artist is, he has a lot of engagement with his fans. And they both look at me and say like, no man, the track is not that good.
Yeah.
And I said like, yeah, but he has a lot of followers. It's good for the label. I said, no man, I'm sorry, but we don't sign records following the followers that they have.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit.
Okay.
I felt so bad.
First meeting, fuck.
Yeah, exactly. It was one of the first meetings.
Yeah.
But it was so special because then I realized how special is revealed, because Maybe some labels they do that because I know they do that. I also heard some comments about other labels talking about that. Like, yeah, we only signed yeah, he's a good track, but nobody knows this guy. That one is not that good, but the guy has more followers, so
Yeah.
he's gonna sell more, so that's better for us.
Hmm.
Yeah, and at Reveal we don't think like that, of course. And that's the other part of what I was going to say, and is that if you're an amazing producer but you also have a good brand behind you, you have a good fan base, that's amazing. I mean, that's the best option, you know.
Hmm.
If and it makes sense. I mean, you can be a really bad producer with a lot of fans, but at the end, your music is not that good. So
Yeah.
it's really difficult to sell your music if it's bad, you
Yeah.
know. But
Music should always
also,
be the foundation of everything.
yeah, but also it's difficult to find. It's something like I don't know what is the right answer, man, because it's also difficult to sell your music if nobody knows you.
Yeah.
know?
It's the
And
right balance.
yeah, and what is more important is I can understand that if it's a guy who's making a I don't know the first if only has two releases, okay, nobody knows that guy. But that's what I was going to say. We have some artists, I have seen many artists, not only from Reveal, from other labels, that they have released 30 really good records, and if you go to their Instagram, there are only three pictures.
Yeah, it's like
The
that.
three pictures on their profile are three artworks,
Yeah.
and that's it. And they have two followers.
Yeah.
So it's not about signing an artist that has 1 million followers, but it's also like, okay, who are your fan base?
Hmm.
What are your fans? What are you doing for them?
Yeah.
And that's, I think, is a big key nowadays. You really need to focus on the brand. You really need to focus on growing your fan base. At
Yeah.
the end, and I also know some artists they don't even have record with big labels. They are a good producer, but they have a lot of fans, and people love them.
Yeah.
And they never sign with Tiesto or with Musical Freedom or Spinning or Reveal. I don't know.
Yeah.
People love us, but that's it, And that's what really matters. And it's not only about the record labels. It's also about the bookings. For example, if you want to get booked, if a booker agency will try to book you or will like to work with you, the first thing that they're gonna look into your profile is, okay, how many fans do you have? I
Yeah.
mean, how many people will pay a ticket to see you?
Yeah. How much
And
engagement do you have? Like, how many people can you move? How many people can you move from their
yeah,
seat at
exactly.
home to the club?
Yeah, I mean, because the artist, I mean, our goal is to sell tickets.
Yep.
That's it. That's the end of the chain. That's the expression. Yeah,
Yeah, but
you first you
it doesn't sound romantic, and I think that's the thing that a lot of people are struggling with. Like, that's
yeah,
not what we want to believe. We want to believe that music is the only thing because it's romantic, but
yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
not. It's
It's
a
not.
business,
This is
music
the business.
industry. It's an industry.
It's an industry, man, and I mean, if you want to tour the world, then you have to have fans in Asia and South America, in America, and it's just like that. And you're gonna be there because a promoter will pay you to have that show,
Yeah,
and that promoter has to get the money back. And
yeah,
the only way to get you there is that you have to sell tickets.
yeah,
It's all about that. Of course, you really have to love what you do. If you're making music, if you're a producer, if you're a singer, you really have to love what you're doing. But it's not only about love. It's not only about loving what you are doing. It's you
yeah.
have to build a brand.
Well,
Unless that you don't want to get famous. It's like
exactly.
that's not your goal. I just want to make music and that's it.
Yeah,
I don't care if people like my music or not. I just want to make music and that's it.
yeah.
And I respect that as well. But most, I mean, 99% of the artists don't think like that. Just a few of them.
No, but that's a really important thing you just mentioned. Like, I keep saying it as well. Like, if you're an artist who doesn't aspire to travel the world or to make his main job from music, then all the things we just went over is completely bullshit because it
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
matter
of
to
course.
you.
Yeah, of course.
But as soon as you say, I want to start making money with this or I want to make a living from this,
Yeah,
things change. Like,
yeah, man.
you have to do things differently than you might have thought you would.
Yeah.
And branding
And it's
is one
funny
of those
because
big things.
and so I have talked with for example this ADE, which is it was really different for me because
Hmm.
I told you that day that we met.
Yeah,
It was the first ADE that I was I was at the ADE as part of a label, not as another artist. And my
yeah,
other ADEs were completely different. And I had meetings with the artists, and some let's say closer artists.
hmm,
We were having long talks, and they were like, "Oh man, I would love to play in Miami because I don't know whatever in Ibiza." And I said like, "Great. I mean, but how many followers do you have? I mean, how many people follow your music?" Yeah, man, not many. And I said like, "Okay, let's take a look of your social. What are you posting? How are you growing that fan base?"
yeah,
And I went to the Facebook or Instagram, and yeah, 3 pictures and 3 hours. I said, man, this. How do you expect to play in Ibiza if no one knows about you, if no one cares about you,
hmm,
because you're making great music, but it's not about making great music anymore. You really need to grow your profile. You need to grow your fan base, and the only way to do that is okay. The same amount of time that you spend in the studio making music, spend the same amount of time working on your brand,
yeah.
getting a nice logo, trying to save some money for good pictures, trying to get support from DJs, trying to offer something to the new fans and start growing, man. Because I mean,
Yeah.
the owner of Pacha is not gonna call you because you're a good producer. It doesn't work like that, man. You
No,
know,
unfortunately not. Yeah, and
unfortunately not. Yeah, it will be amazing if it would.
yeah, exactly. But it's so amazing for me to see, and you might have the same thing because you've been in the industry for such a long time as well.
Yeah,
That right now there's so much opportunity as well. Like, yes, it's harder. Maybe I don't really believe it's harder because the competition kind of has always been the same. It's just that now
yeah,
it's been made visible. Now
mm,
you can actually see how many competition there is. While 20 years ago you didn't have any idea.
mm,
But right now, there's so much more opportunity. Like you can literally start making a vlog tomorrow, which
yeah,
becomes big, and because that vlog is big, your music becomes big as well.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course.
It's just a lot of different opportunities, and that's what I always tell artists as well. Like yes, you can make music, and yes, that will help you to build brand, but there's a lot of other things you can do to build brand.
Yeah. Some people, uh, I don't know. Some people just start complaining about everything. If
That's the
you want
easiest
to
thing to do.
complain, if you want to find something to complain about, you will definitely find it, man.
Yep.
No matter what. So, for example, I remember, sometimes I go to Colombia and give some talks about the music industry and on my experience and stuff like that.
Cool.
And the DJs there, they asked me like, Ortzy, for example, when I was, I don't know, playing after Tomorrowland, it's again like, Ortzy, but how do you get that? I mean, it's because you're living, because when I play in Tomorrowland, I was living in Argentina. They said like, yeah, maybe you're doing that. You achieved to play there because you're living in Argentina. It's a better country than Colombia, blah, blah, blah. And I said like, no, man, it's not like that. I mean,
No.
if you in Argentina, we don't have tools either. We don't have that. I mean, my neighbor is not Tiesto, man. Maybe now in the Netherlands it is, but in that time it was not. So if you want to complain about something, you will definitely find like reasons to complain.
Yeah.
So, for example, some DJs nowadays they say like, yeah, but it's so difficult because promoters are hiring like the DJs that have more followers. Yeah, it's true, but many of them are not really interested in that.
Hmm.
Yeah, because let's hire this DJ that he's an Instagrammer and he has like I don't know 2 million followers and let's hire. Yeah, maybe, but but most of the promoters are not really interested in Instagram. They just really want good music, and the
Hmm.
clubs. And for example, years ago, yeah, because it's really difficult to sell the music worldwide. And now the music is worldwide, yeah, but
Yeah.
now it's different. It's really difficult because now everyone is selling worldwide. Ah, yeah, man. So what do you want?
Yeah.
You will always find something to complain about.
You know what
So
the big difference is? What I keep seeing, like all the people that have achieved something in life have spent enormous amounts of time and effort into it to get there, you know. And even it could be like emailing bookers and promoters and labels for 10 hours a day, or it could be sitting in the studio for 20 hours a day. It doesn't matter what it is, but they've spent so much time to
Yeah.
get where they are today. And that's the thing that people want to forget, because they don't want to spend that time. They want to have that quick fix
Yeah.
to get there tomorrow and not within 5 years from now.
And I think, yeah, I completely agree. But there's something else that also you find DJs like, I don't know, for example, Martin Garrix, you know, he became so big in, in a short period of time. And
Yeah.
that's true. I mean, yeah, he was a DJ when he was 10 years old or whatever, but, he became really big in a very short time. So, and that was something that me and my partner and I think the rest of the world, we were like, fuck, why I'm taking so long if this guy made this in just 2 years, What I'm doing wrong? Why it's not happening to me? And that's like the biggest, I don't know, one of the biggest problems that yeah, frustrations. Yeah, exactly. Because I said, like, why I don't have that luck? Why I'm not Dutch? Why I wasn't raised in the Netherlands? Stuff like that. Yeah. But Martin Garrix is just one in a, not even in a million, man. No. More than a million.
And then even if he was, like, do you know how hard that guy works?
Oh yeah,
holy shit.
There's someone I really respect in this industry, and it's Martin Garrix, man.
Yeah, like, of course, maybe his track Animals came on the right time, on the right moment. Like that, that might be called luck, might happen. Yeah. But at the same time, after that, like, having that hit,
to sustain his level,
even if you call it luck, like, even if he's lucky to get it, which I don't believe. Yeah. Then you have to sustain, and what he managed to do is not stay there, but even become bigger in the next couple of years. Yeah, and that's not luck, my friend. That's just hard work and knowing what you're doing, having the right team.
I think we all get some chances during our life to do something. Mm-hmm. And if we don't take those chances and make the most out of them and keep growing from there, sometimes in life you get some push, like I don't know, you got lucky because you got signed by Reveal. Okay. But then what?
Now what?
It's not gonna change your life, man, to be signed just once. Yeah. Now you have to make a better track than that one and try to release 2 times with Revealed. Yeah. And then 3 and then 4, Yeah. Because sometimes people say like, I have one track with Revealed. Great. And what happened with the other 100 that you sent? Yeah. Now exactly. I got rejected. Okay.
I always see it like a stairs, like the stairway to success. Like having a release on Revealed, for instance, might get you up an extra level, but you still need to take 10, 20, 30 extra levels to get there.
Yeah, 100 or even more. Yeah. Yeah, it's just like that. And you have to also like grow your brand. It's not like, I just got one. Okay, great. But now you have gone you have got like more followers because of the Revealed brand, and now what? I mean, you really need to make a better track or start like changing your style and trying to find something new to get the second release and then the third one and then the fourth one. Yeah. And then you're gonna start like seeing the change, because some people think that I'm not. If I get signed by Reveal just one record, that's gonna change my life. No, man, it's not gonna be like that.
Yeah, it's gonna help. It's gonna help getting you bigger.
Definitely help. Yeah, exactly. But you're not gonna get booked because of one track unless you make Animals. But how many Animals have you listened in the last 10 years? Just one, man.
Exactly. Well, maybe 2 Levels was there as well. Those 2 tracks are kind of. Well, at least that's the way how I see it.
For example, Sick Bromance, that was an amazing track before Levels,
Exactly, but it's a really, really small percentage. Like, even if it's called a percentage, it's just so, small opportunity. I wouldn't bet on that. Let's just say, I wouldn't bet on that.
I don't know, man. I was, I actually have a couple records of Avicii the long time ago, man, and before Levels. And I used to play them. And then when I heard Levels, and he was, oh, that's Avicii. Oh shit, I have music by him, and they was
Yeah.
so different, you know. Yeah, but I mean, whatever. It's a different, it's a
You
different
know
story.
what's sick? Like, I have a couple of songs in my life of which I remember when I heard it for the first time, and Levels was one of those. And I still remember the moment I was in my apartment where my first apartment where I lived
Yeah.
with my tour manager, and we were preparing to get out to go out for an evening, and
Hmm.
somehow I don't know where the track came from, but somehow that track was on the radio or something, I don't know, and we heard it and we were like we were going crazy in the room. It's like, what the fuck is this? This is so cool. And then we found out like, holy shit, this is the new Avicii, and well, I was instantly in love with that track. It's just crazy how you still remember those things, right? So much
Yeah.
impact.
Now, the first time I heard Levels, it was a different story, but I was, well, yeah, that was the first Tomorrowland I played, actually. It was the same year. And I was at the main stage, and I never heard that song before. I don't know why. Don't ask me why, but I never
Living
heard
under
that
a
song
rock.
before. Oh, no, but I'm not talking about Levels. I'm sorry. I'm talking about Wake Me Up. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I was at the main stage, not playing. I wish, but I was I was just in the middle of the crowd, and I think it was him who played this song, and everyone was started to sing like screaming that song. And I was like, "What the hell is that?" But this is so good. I really like it. It's so different. I don't know that country thing is.
Yeah.
I really like that. I don't know how or why, but I really like it. And then I went to Ibiza that summer, and he played at Ushuaia. He played again, and man, the whole club was screaming. So like, shit, this song is so good. And I remember I called my wife and I said like, you know what? I heard a song. Have you heard Avicii "Wake Me Up"? And she's like, no, never heard that before. Okay, that's gonna be a big song. I'm gonna play it for you.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was. Yeah, but it was really special, you know. Yeah,
Well,
I'm talking about Avicii.
seemed like you and 3 billion other people liked it. So
Yeah, exactly.
sick.
Oh man.
Well, Ortzy, I want to thank you, man, for having this nice conversation with me. I really enjoyed talking to you and finding out
Thanks.
more about you and your life.
Yeah, man. Anytime you want to talk for an hour and a half, just call me. I'll be there.
I love talking to people, man. I love finding out more about a person's life. You know, this
Yeah.
everyone has their own story, everyone has their own history, and I think that's interesting.
Yeah, it really is, man. No, man. If you want to know more about me, you can call me every day. I'm gonna have tons of stories about me.
I can
It's been
imagine.
a crazy journey, but I'm so happy right now, man. I don't regret about anything, even if it's some decisions like to stop with the do. It was really tough for me,
Hmm.
but oh man, I don't know. I'm so happy right now.
Yeah,
And
it's a beautiful place.
yeah, before you start recording, I told you I'm having some really serious problems. I'm not gonna talk about that,
No, no,
but
no.
but if you see me, I'm smiling. You know, and everyone could say like, "Hey, this guy is the happiest guy in the world," and no,
Yeah,
it's not. I mean, I am, but I have problems like anyone else. You know, it's just about the way that you see life, the way that you react to your problems, and yeah, I don't know. I've been through so many experiences, and I just enjoy life, man. There's no way I can complain or I can regret now, man.
keep
I'm the
enjoying
happiest guy
life,
in the world.
man.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the most
Exactly.
important thing. Enjoy life. In this, like the smaller things in life are the best most of the time.
And don't worry about money, man. Money will come later. You know, I'm looking for a house right now. I have to move the whole studio, and I really hate thinking about that. But what the hell? I'm gonna find a new and better studio. That's the way you have to think always.
Yeah.
Not like I'm gonna lose my studio. No, man, I'm gonna find a new one, and it's gonna be better. That's the way that you have to think about.
And you know what's
You know?
fun? Like I started noticing like when people start doing something that they love, 9 out of 10 times money will follow automatically.
I'm completely agree, man.
Like I'm not sure how to explain it or how it happens, but if someone does the thing that he loves to do,
Yeah.
somehow those people start to earn money. Like it comes from somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah. You know that I really believe in energy,
Hmm.
and I don't know if you know, maybe you do, the Secret, the book called The Secret. But I actually never read the book because I hate reading. But I saw the video book, let's
Mm-hmm.
say, and oh man, that really changed my life. And it's exactly what you're saying. I mean, you really need to enjoy what you're doing, and somehow the world, the God, I don't know, whatever you think
Something.
about, something out there will make you it will make you, I don't know, it will make you rich. It will make you not only rich about money, it
Happy.
will make you rich, like surrounded by nice people. It will make you feel happy, and that happy will bring you money later.
Yeah.
I mean, just like you said, man, just do whatever you want, whatever you really love to, and don't worry about money, man. Money will come later.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Beautiful way to end, man. Beautiful
Yeah.
way.
Bye
I,
bye.
think this is the best way to end I've ever had in any podcast ever. So thanks again for
Man.
doing this, man. I
It
really
was
enjoyed this
really had
conversation.
fun today.
Yeah.
Love what you're doing, man. Respect. I really respect you.
Thanks, man.
Keep it doing because what you're doing is really special. And I actually would love to have more talks, not only recorded, but
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sure. Let's stay in touch. Like you
in
can call me
private. Yeah.
anytime to talk about energy or talk about like happiness and deep talk. I'm all into deep talk.
Yeah. Thanks for that. Joey,
Cool,
have
man.
a nice evening,
Have a
man.
great evening, man.